Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match. Kate and Jim getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match. Kate and Jim getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Kate and Jimbo, the only place to be if you're a bimbo. I don't know, I need to find a logo or a little motto for this channel. But anyway, happy Lunar New Year, I think it is, and happy Chinese New Year and all that jazz to Chang and to anyone who is of that persuasion where you celebrate this historical event where we welcome in the year of the serpent. And as someone pointed out earlier, Ben from We Are Tottenham TV, the biggest serpent in the land is in charge of Tottenham Hotspur. But I'm joined today by my co-host and hubby, Jimbo, and of course, the legendary Mr. Chang. And you're both wearing the same shirt, which is amazing. So big up, Mr. Jimbo. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Looking forward to this.
Good.
Happy New Year, Mr. Chang.
Yes, Happy New Year, Mr. Chang. How are you?
Very happy New Year, Mr. Boxall, Miss Kate, and anyone of Asian heritage or Asian persuasion. If you're celebrating the Lunar New Year of 2025, it is the year of the serpent. And I know it's not been the happiest of seasons for us Spurs fans. But after all is said and done, I mean, we still are in the cups, which is something to look forward to. Yes, our league form could be a lot better, but fingers crossed with the switch, or rather the handing over of the baton from the Year of the Dragon over to the Year of the Serpent, we will see some changes. Not necessarily in terms of ownership, but in terms of our away and home form. And it is our home form that I really am banking on tomorrow when we take on Elfsborg in the penultimate Europa League game. I see. There's a feline. There is some.
She's like
that's always good. That's good for some entertainment as we get this show on the way. But yeah, I mean, let's put the disappointing loss to Leicester City away. Let's put that in the back of our minds. To me, that was yesteryear in the Year of the Dragon. Today onwards, the Year of the Serpent. Let's hope for all 3 points tomorrow with a game in hand to spare, and fingers crossed as well, a signing or two, even if it feels miraculous right now. But I think that is the bare minimum the board can do at the very least to back our fledgling season, Miss Kate. Having said that, back to you.
Chang, you've shrunk. You really do look 12 now.
Yeah, you look like you're in Lilliput with
Okay.
Land of the Giants.
The reason why I'm doing this and the reason why the screen here is so big as opposed to my previous screens, I'm actually broadcasting off a smart TV from you could call this my ancestral home. It's basically my parents' place back here in the hometown of Malacca, but I've had to ditch my desktop and my laptops at work in the capital of Malaysia. And I just had to bring my microphone here and I'm all set without having to get the rest. So that would explain for this enormously large screen. I will try to do something about the video as we go along, but please do bear with me while I try this out as a sort of...
It's fine, Chang. As long as we can see you and hear you, that's all that matters. And if you want to look like a tiny little person, that's fine as well. But what a way to start the show. We've got Chris Agambar coming in as a new member. Big up to you, Chris. I hope you're well, my lovely, and good to see you. Big up to you, Side Dancer. Good to see you. I'm a real gooner, says, afternoon, my princess, and that lucky boy, Jimbo. Never forget you're a lucky boy, Jimbo.
I like the word boy.
Lucky boy, yeah. Afternoon, Paige. Hope you're well, my lovely. Wayne Bonner says, good evening, Kate, Jim, and everyone in the chat. Hope you're well and up for tomorrow's game. Come on, you Spurs. Evening? It's only 1 o'clock. I don't know where you're broadcasting from, Wayne. Good afternoon, Kate and Jimbo, says Mario. We're in some serious trouble if something does not change now. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. Mario. Afternoon, Drew La says, afternoon, Kate, Jimbo, Chang the man, and a happy Lunar New Year. And big up to everyone in chat. Big up, Drula. Mario repeating himself. It must be serious. Afternoon, Steve D, who's driving along, listening to us. Good to talk to you again this morning, and your lovely wife. Bless her. We love Sandra. Afternoon, Paul G says, afternoon, Kate, Jimbo, Chang, and chat. Come on, you Spurs. Johnny Bethnal Green's here saying 3 of the most decent people on the planet. Oi, oi, Jim, Kate, and Chang. Big up, Johnny. Good to see you. Rosie says, hey, hope you're well. Make sure you've smashed that like button. Big up, Rosie. Congrats on you reached another milestone. I can't remember what it was. I apologise, but congrats. Keep doing your content. We love it. Steve D says, Chang was to Leicester. I've never noticed. Yeah, I mean, no one's mentioned it, have they, Steve? It's incredible. Afternoon, Luke and Dan says, afternoon to you, Kate, Precious Condor and Chang. He's talking about our monopoly because Jimbo's name keeps changing from Jim to all these weird names. And at the minute, he's Precious Condor. I don't know how that's ever happened. But
it's because I'm precious, Kate.
Maybe.
And
yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I'll drink to that.
Thank you.
Raymond says, Kate, I'm here. Come on, you Gunners. Big up, Raymond. Big up to Mr. Chang's parents, says Chris Agambar. Indeed, indeed. Raymond says, big up the legend, Jimbo. I'm a real goodness, says Kate. Sava says, no player will want to sign for you in January, but expects a manager would. I'm confused by that. Look, I think players, and I think we are still appealing to some. I mean, Tottenham are a massive club. Apart from the fact that we've got the best facilities definitely in the Premier League, we are a massive club with a massive history. But, you know, you don't want people coming to the club if they don't want to play for you anyway. And as for not being able to attract a manager,
he's right. He's right about the manager, Kate, because it's not only a stepping stone, right, for some managers, right, some good managers, but it's also that every manager that comes in is going to think they're the manager that can turn it round.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to come into it and think they're not going to win stuff. They're going to come in it thinking, right, I'm the manager that can change it. So he is right. I listened to what he said about the manager, and I thought he was actually spot on.
Yeah, and as for players, I think January transfer window is difficult, but I mean, at the same time, Levy, get your bloody finger out. I mean, come on, man. We've had Sarr drop now for 3 to 4 weeks. We've got Madders out for 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it can't get worse. Every time you think it can't get worse, it gets bloody worse. But look, it is what it is. Buenos dias, chicos. Big up Lisa Chica. Hope you're well. Joey Barton's here saying, oh, I'm late. Been causing aggro elsewhere. Why doesn't that surprise me, Joey? Good to see you, my friend. Lovely Lee, the Dorset Spurs says, afternoon all, listening in on my lunch break for some positivity. We will do our best for you, Lee.
You always get that from me, Lee.
Yes. Smithy says, Auntie Kate, Jimbo, Happy New Year, Mr. Chang. Why are you smaller than Stuart Little today? Bless Mr. Chang. Not only does he look 12, he's now the size of a very small 12-year-old. Drula says, Nico Williams is in town, seeing pics of him doing the tour of London. Interesting. Drula's starting to create her own rumours. I like it. Big week. Will we all be smiling and optimistic when in Europa League, last 16 and a Carabao Cup final? Yeah. Listen, if you look at it, putting aside the league position, we're not in a terrible place. But I know you can't just put aside the league position, but we are still in all three competitions. Tomorrow night, is going to be a difficult test, even though Elfsborg aren't anything particularly good to write home about. It is what it is. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I have heard that Nico Williams is looking at going to Woolwich, but we'll have to wait and see. I see we have sent the young Korean lad on loan to QPR. Yeah, I thought that was a bit strange. But Hoik has gone, it appears, to QPR on loan. But there you go. Andrew says, Unthinkable is the history of the Tottenham and feeding fans false beliefs. Now, Andrew, obviously you're not a Spurs fan, which is fine. However, it's not the history of the Tottenham to be going down. Tottenham don't get relegated, and they haven't done for donkey's years. So to say it's the history of the Tottenham is not true. That's a little bit of a porcupine. Big up Ellie in Vegas, says, big up crew. 5:12 a.m. here in Vegas. Come on, you Spurs. Lovely Vegas. I really want to go there. I've never been, but I want to go and see some shows over there. If we ever come, Ellie, I'm going to be hitting you up and saying, are you in Vegas? Can you come and show us around? Surfs Oz, I think that's meant to be, as in Surfs All, I don't know. But he says Nico Williams is going to Arsenal. Afternoon Shemtan says, Happy New Year, Mr. Chang. Hope you're well. We are good, thank you. Hope you and your mum are okay, Shem. Thinking of you, sending you lots of love. Lovely Lisa Davis is here. Not seen you for a little while, Lisa. Lovely to see you, my lovely. Big up to you and big kisses as well. All clubs lie to the supporters. Yes, that's the truth. True. We've got no players, shouts, and let's loan more players out then. Yeah, baffling. My two questions are, how do you think Ange would do if he was the manager of Liverpool? And also, if nobody rates our players, what's the rush to replace the manager? Oh, we're coming back to that in 1 second, Dan. Sending players out on loan amid an injury crisis. Take it, Ange, don't rate the Korean then. Yeah, as I just said, I think it's a bit baffling, but, let's wait and see. Nico Williams is leaving in the summer. Europa League final is in the Bilbao Stadium. Why can't we get a Fred Astaire-style firefighter to work alongside Ange to get us out of trouble? Someone who is a bit more defensive. Fred Astaire. Brad, you're asking the wrong person. I don't know the answer to these questions. Also, Happy New Year to all who celebrate the Year of the Snake, especially Chang, says Ellie. Best part of Vegas is the shows and the buffets. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. The food and the shows. Oxford Tottenham Derby days next season will be as good as it's 2 seconds down my road. Just saying, Smithy, don't even joke. Don't even joke about it, mate. You can't. Williams to Arsenal. I guess he does not want to win trophies. Big up, Paige. Big up, Aaron Lawrence. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Paige, what do you think about your new signing? Dorgu, is it? It looks like a good player to me. Plays left and right side. Let me know what you think. He means Red Adair. What is that? What's Red Adair? Am I missing something?
Is that the firefighter? Red Adair.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I've never Reed Adair. I've never heard of him. Sorry if I'm being ignoramus. Best part of Vegas is actually the hookers. Joey Barton, always lowering the tone. We're in a terrible place with semi-final of the Carabao Cup. 12 players missing. The rest of the players are leggy. Same with the FA Cup 3 days later. Yes, but we don't know who will be back by then. Van der Ven is already in full training, although I pray and hope that he doesn't play him tomorrow night.
I got a pop-up saying Vicario is as well.
Thing is, a lot of people are saying Ange is going to play Van der Ven tomorrow, and he has said he's in contention, but that's so dangerous. If he gets injured again, oh my God. Anyone can coach Liverpool. They coach themselves with the quality they have, says Surf. Smithy says, for that 90 minutes, I'm a Leeds fan. Big up Ben Bryant says, big up Kate Jimbo, much love to you as well. You've never, right. I've never seen him play. I'm just reading about him and what people think of him. And he looks like he's going to be a good player for you, I think. John Wayne played him in a film, apparently. Reader there. Surf says the hookers in Vegas are very expensive, I've heard. I don't even want to know if anyone knows the answer to that. But let's go back a minute to what Luton Dan said. Jimbo, how do you think Ange would do if he was a manager of Liverpool?
Yeah, look, I think any manager would go there and do well with the players they've got. They've just got a very, very good squad, haven't they? So I think he'd go there and do well. I think that he can do a lot better here if he gets if he has his full squad, and a few more players in. I'm not saying he's the right option for us. What happened to Kate?
Just keep going. You were saying.
What happened to my wife? I think that he could do well. Yeah, if we had the full squad and some more players in. I'm not saying he's the right man for the job, but I think he's just been really unlucky, Kate, with the injuries that have set us back. I don't think we'd be in 15th. But, who knows? Who knows? I'm kind of baffled with it all, if you want to know the truth. I am. Hang on, my dog wants me to pick her up.
I think there's some truth in what this guy says. And a homeless person could coach Liverpool. I mean, Chang, I think Ange would be doing a reasonable job at Liverpool. I don't think he'd be doing as well as Slot. But when you've got the quality that they've got, you've got to think that if he had a top team, he probably would be getting better results. I mean, what do you think?
Let's be honest, he's not in Slot's category, is he?
No.
The one thing which I really felt last season, especially towards the latter end of last season, when our season completely fell off a cliff straight after we won 4-0 away at Villa, was when you saw players getting suspensions, being called out on international duties, as well as some old injuries coming back to affect the players. I honestly felt back then that if only we had a better squad, a more in-depth and reliable squad to call upon to really bolster the squad and help us get over the line to finish in top 4, that would then help us with this season, or rather this summer, and get more players in through the door. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and this is where I think I draw the line. This is where I think Big Ange himself draws the line as when it comes to how he sets up our team and how he expects the team to fare throughout an entire season. Without a sizable squad to call upon for multiple tournaments, multiple fronts, and for the whole 10 months of a whole full season. This is where I think Big Ange's strength, his advantage when it comes to managing a team, fades drastically. It completely falls off a cliff, and especially when you look at that bench we had against Leicester, I think there wasn't a single senior. That in itself, I think, is very telling. Whether or not that has anything to do with our medical staff or Big Ange's own training regime, that remains to be seen. But without those players to call upon, I feel that is where he completely loses his way. And with other teams, a Chelsea, a City, a United, even over at Liverpool, or even West Ham for that matter, with those teams where they have players who really have the quality in depth for rotation, that is where he properly excels, not just scraping into top 4 or maybe even just making it past to a final, actually winning trophies. That is what I feel is Big Ange's, I would say it's his Achilles heel. Without the squad, without the players to call upon to affect change on the pitch and off the pitch, that's where he loses it. And unfortunately, because we are being run by Daniel Levy, Joe Louis, and Enoch, that is, I think, everything that you could throw a spanner into Big Angel's works. That's just what transpired the past, I would say, the past 12 months since the beginning of last year, and that's where we are right now. If we do get rid of Big Ange, it's back to a drawing board, and unfortunately, Daniel Levy will have a free pass to sort of restart this whole project and take the pressure off of him. But by keeping him, he's actually staving off pressure when it comes to the fans uniting and getting on his back. For Big Ange, I feel he would actually become the second Nuno. He would be the second Nuno if, let's say, he were going to go to a Chelsea or even a United if Amorim doesn't work out for them. Give him the squad and the players, regardless of how hectic the schedule is or how much they have to do. They have to run on the pitch. I honestly feel that is where we will see results. And to be fair, that's how we got the first 10 matches unbeaten of last season. But with the current owners at the helm, this is where we are right now. And until that changes, until we get a change in ownership, unfortunately, it's just going to be rinse, repeat, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with I'm a real gooner. And this is the point I was trying to make on the terrace the other day. People took it that I was saying Tottenham and Arsenal are the same. I was saying the fan base is the same. When you listen, the fan base of Tottenham and Arsenal both complain about the board, both complain about lack of investment, both complain about being the nearly men. There's a lot of similarities, and Arsenal fans don't like to admit it, but there is. Sometimes I listen to Gooners, and I could be literally listening to the Tottenham fan base. It's unbelievable. Ellie says she'd like Scott Munn sacked. What has he done except find a job for his little buddy Ange? I agree. Absolute fraud. Luton Dan slot would make Spurs a lot harder to beat by solidifying the defence and bringing control into games. Plus, you wouldn't be suffering with as many injuries. Yeah, I think Dan's point is the point that Steve D has been harping on and making many, many times, Jim, that although people blame Ange and blame the board and blame whoever they want, we just don't have the players. He's always said our squad is average, and that we really, because even in the days where we were struggling in the 90s, we always had the odd superstar to pull us through. We just don't have that in this team. I mean, are you in agreement that really the players have got to take a massive responsibility here?
Yeah, we always had one or two superstars in our squads, you know, that made the difference. And when Kane went, we kind of lost that. He was our superstar. So yeah, he's right. He's very right. We got. I mean, who's the superstar in our team now? It was Son, but he's going backwards, unfortunately. But there's no real other superstars in there, is there?
No.
You know. So
no.
I mean, Son, as much as he's done for the club, he is regressing. So you know, yeah, he's right.
Yeah. He says that I trust. I agree. I'm just. Joey, yeah, trust. I agree. I just am done with how the club is run. And if Levy happy in 15th, then that's on him, as it's him that employs these people. Yep. Man and Ange are buddies. Oh, friends. I think Spurs' main problem is the midfield. Ange is moving the left back and right back into the midfield as our midfield is so poor. Improve our midfield and Ange would keep them back. I really want to see a better replacement for Porro in defence and move Porro more forward, because some of the crosses he does are just he's wasted where he is.
He's the best player in our team at crossing the ball.
Yeah, he's not only wasted where he is, but you can tell he's not comfortable where he is either.
Him and Moore are the two best.
What about Timo?
Let's not talk about Timo.
I don't rate any of our players, if I'm honest. It upsets me seeing us so desperate. Yeah, and you've got to put the blame there again on Levy. He just will not pay the wages to get these big names in. It's shocking. When you think we had Bale, Van der Vaart, Harry Kane, oh, look at that. Hoddle and Waddle, even the likes of Mabbott. You know, it's just we haven't got that in the team. I've just seen Smithy. I hope you've got Richie on the back of that top like Jimbo, because your friendship could be on the line. Do you know where my Richie tops are? They're not even folded up. They're actually screwed up in the top of the wardrobe at my sister's house, because I will never, ever put them on my back. So if anyone wants to get a couple of Richarlison shirts, I'm quite happy to post them out. Smithy, they're meant to be 3XL, but they're not 3XL. They may be 2XL. I don't know, but I would never, ever, ever put them on me.
They were bought for me, but didn't fit me.
No. Jim's fuel tank got in the way, didn't it, Jimbo?
Yep.
Fuel tank for a sex machine is a nice big belly there. Smash the like, says Jess. Kate, I know you have injuries. Who doesn't? I think a big problem is your assistants to argue with him. There's so many big problems. There's so many big problems in this team. I still can't believe that Spence and Reguilon aren't in the Europa League squad, and yet we've got, 4 keepers or something ridiculous. Big up, Leo, our favourite homies in the house. Good to see you, my lovely. Potato, yes, they are buddies. Both Ozzy and Munn has some kind of directorship in a mysterious Chinese company that owns Yokohama FC. Oh, conspiracies. I love it. Mason should be nowhere near that bench. The perfect match. Yes, indeed, we are. Beyond 72, big up to you, says Angie's flaw is he doesn't believe in game management. Couldn't believe players were rushing to take free kicks and throw-ins when we were leading Roma in the second half. If we don't kill teams, we suffer. Yep, I think that's fair to say. I think that's a good statement there. Do you think that because Angie's a mediocre manager at best, the reason we've signed crap and young kids is so that egos can be controlled, hence why Ange and Maddis fell out? Quite possibly. Sheringham, another wonderful player. Ginola, oh my God. Unfortunately, Ange will not park the bus at Anfield, although Jose and Conte would. I don't know what's going to happen at Anfield. Kate, I told you last year, keeping Son's a big mistake. Keep your manager, give him quality players and judge him. He's not as bad as people making him out to be. I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. You can't be as successful in his years of management if you're not a good coach, good manager. And he has had a really, really, really bad run, and he's been really unlucky. But you know what? It's always going to be the manager on the front line that gets the shit, let's be fair. Unbelievable. That's discrimination at its finest. I would have them, but I'm extra small. So 3XL would be like a wedding dress on me. Extra small, Smithy. I don't think I've ever met a man that's extra small. Chang, are you extra small? Are you extra small as well?
Okay, just take a guess. What is the size of this top? Okay, I am 1.75 meters. I'm 1.75 meters. Take a guess then. What is the size of this top?
Small, I would say.
Believe it or not, this is an extra large. I'm wearing an extra large.
No way. Bloody hell. You're only small. Well, maybe you're not as small as you look then, Chang. Maybe it's deceiving.
I have a rather, I wouldn't say a slim figure, a rather diminutive figure. But let's see now. I think it's 5'8.5". Not 5'9", but it's definitely more than 5'7". So I'm about 5'8". So it's about 1.75, 1.76 meters. And I might look slim right now, but I do have a rather big frame, which is why I'm wearing an extra large.
Yeah, wow. There you go. Kate, the SPL is nowhere near as good as the Premier League. Yeah, I get you. I do get you. I think you should keep Ange, and I'm not biased. Yeah, not much or not. Leo says that would fit me, cough, cough. What, the Richarlison ones? Oh my God, Leo, I'll give them to you in April. You're welcome to them, my love. I've got a few actually that don't fit Jimbo that I won't wear, and I shall give them to you. And if you don't want them, you can do what you like with them. And I think I might even have, I don't know, I'll look, but I shall give them to you. Big up, Benji. Big up to you, Yogi Bear, as well. Brad says, I love the way you involve your followers in the chat. Most of these channels ignore us and let us chat among ourselves. Oh, no. I never do that because I don't have a show without you lot chatting. You give us things to talk about. To be fair, I'm large, but I thought excel in Asian sizing. He's as tall as me. Porro and the doggy aren't defenders. Their wing backs, Spence and Gray, are actually better defenders. Ange needs to get Cooley back to 10 as he's in a winger and Porro to right wing. Jimbo, how long have you been saying that?
Yeah, I've been saying it for last season or the season before. But, it's a bit dumbfounding, some of the positions we see our players. And at the minute, I can understand that he's got to move people about because of the injuries. But even before, I thought Porro should have been up the wing a lot further. But I'm kind of bamboozled with it all, Kate, because I can't see him staying. Right, so I'm wondering who's coming in, what's going to happen, because I just think that in the next few weeks, Ange will be gone.
Wow. Yeah, Joey, they don't need to. As Leo says, if Jim's worn them, I'll never wash them. He has tried them on with his bare chest, Leo, so I won't wash them for you. I'll keep them nice for you. We went out for lunch yesterday. Jim took me out to a place called the Ginger Cow Cafe and Bistro. Oh, it was so yummy, wasn't it, Jimbo?
Food there's lovely.
It's just a nice little coffee shop cafe, and the food is amazing. And they've got this selection of, they make all their own cakes. But I had a lovely jacket potato with prawn mayonnaise, salad, and coleslaw. And Jimbo had ham, egg, and chips with bread and butter, and it was just absolutely delicious. And then we had a nice fruit scone for pudding, didn't we, Jimbo? And it was yum.
Yeah, it's a place in a little village, and it's just they just look after everybody. They're the best places because it's all family run, and they just look after everybody.
It was absolutely amazing. Big up John James, so good to see my friend. Says, hi Kate, Jimbo and Chang. I don't think Spurs have replaced the likes of even Lennon, Modric, Defoe, Kane, Bale, or anyone of that ilk from a time ago. Like us at United, we lack the X factor. Couldn't agree more with you. And I think the difference with Man United, I think they will try now and invest and get that back. I'm just not sure Daniel Levy will, but I completely agree. Joey, you're disgusting. Bentancur, Bergvall, Kulu, our best midfield, in my opinion. Sending kids out on loan, making space in the squad for a last-minute signing. Let's hope so. Regards, Daniel Coys. And Just Invincible says, deadline day transfer, swap Kate for Egal. Here we go. I'm not going over to the dark side. I'm sorry, I'm not. Bobby K. It's Bobby K. Happy New Year to you, Bobby K, or Happy Chinese New Year. But good to see you, my lovely. You guys ever been to the Ragged Apron? No, where is that? We do like to try new places. Where is it? And we'll have a nosy. Yeah, and Toby and Yan. Oh my God, I miss them so much. What a duo they were. I'm going to start the predictions. Obviously, we've got to do them today because tomorrow I am driving down to Kent on my lonesome. For the first time ever, I'm going away from Jimbo for a few days. It's never, ever had a time apart of with Jim in 20 odd years. No, never, ever. So I am going down to Kent alone.
You got butterflies?
So I have a bit, yeah, if I'm honest. I've never done the drive on my own. Well, if I have, it was years ago, but we've never been apart for that long. So I'm not really... I'm looking forward to seeing my niece and my nephew and my great nephew and my sister, but I'm not looking forward to the journey.
Oh, not Simon, though.
It's near you, Witham Road. Oh my God, I know Witham Road. Lovely cafe and great prices. What was it called? The Ragged Apron. I bet that's the one that we went to where you get the nice ice cream. I didn't know that's what it was called. Oh no, I haven't been there. It looks nice though. I know exactly where it is. We'll have to try there next, Jimbo. Yeah. Jim be on Pornhub.
I don't need to, Joey.
I hope you're away. I hope you've sorted Jimbo's dinners whilst you're away gallivanting. My son's actually going to cook for his dad because he's a good little cook. So they're having fajitas one day, and I don't know what they'll be eating. But Guna says, do you want me to look after my princess? Oh, fisticuffs. Look at Jim's face. He don't care. He knows. He knows that I'm truly his and his alone. I started reading the second Ange biography, but can't bring myself to finish it. Overcome with apathy. I haven't read it, if I'm honest. Maybe I should give it a read. I've just realised I'm that unorganised. I haven't even done the banners for this weekend. So I'm doing them while we speak. But the first game of the weekend, I have got big time Nick's predictions ready.
It's funny, the week I do the best that Nick's not here all week.
He asked me what the scores were, and I sent them to him, and he went, bloody Jimbo getting 9. So, you know, it is what it is. You're catching us.
We'll be doing a show, won't we, while you're away?
Oh, God, yeah, we will do shows. I just probably won't be Friday because I'm out to lunch with Amelia and Abby and Grayson. Having a girls' lunch, and then Saturday night we're having a pamper night. I'm very excited. But Jimbo, first game of the weekend is Nottingham Forest Virtues versus Brighton. How do you see that going?
Forest at home, I think they'll be hurting from that bashing they took. So I'm going to go with Luton Dan here, and I'm going to go draw 2-2.
Ooh.
I was contemplating 1-1 or 2-2, and then he put that up, so I'll go with Luton Dan.
Luton Dan says 2-2. Mr. Chang, how do you see this one going?
Wow, this is a tricky one to call. My head says that Brighton should cause an upset, as strange as that may sound. Brighton causing an upset, but my heart's telling me that Forest might just nick this, so they will stay in the conversation of leading the charge, or at least putting the pressure on Liverpool, as is the case for most of these predictions coming in. I'm going to side with Miss Jessie here. I'm going to side with Miss Jessie and go for a 2-1 win in favor of Forest.
That, Mr. Chang, is the scoreline that I have gone with, a 2-1 Forest win. And Mr. Nicholas has gone for a 2-0 Forest win. But we've got a few different ones. We've got 2-2 from Brad. We've got a 2-1 from Jesse, same as us. Norman says 2-1 like us. 1-1 says I'm a real gooner. Luton Dan goes with Jimbo with a 2-2. Raymond says 2-2. And Druda says 2-1. So we've got quite a few 2-1s, quite a few 2-2s, but it is a hard game to call. I think Brighton are a funny team at the minute. You don't know which one's going to turn up. So what I will say quickly is I forgot to mention, afternoon Paddy, I forgot to say hello to you. And yes, if you haven't caught Expressions on Chris Cowling's show, he has clipped it up. Make sure you watch it. It was excellent. And also Chris Agenbar became a member today, which means you're in the draw for that Bentancur picture. There's a couple of weeks left. Anyone who's a member by the 14th of Feb, and anyone who does a super chat, all go into the draw to win this amazing signed Bentancur picture. So, Chris, you are officially in the draw.
And thanks for becoming a member, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Joey says 4-1 to Nottingham Forest. Big up, Ed. Good to see you. Bobby says 5-1 Brighton. Wow, Bobby's going all out. But next game, this I think is a difficult game to call as well. Mr. Chang, I'll come to you first. We all know Bournemouth are in excellent form and Liverpool are top of the league. So it's a difficult one to call, but how do you see it going?
You've absolutely hit the nail on his head with this tie being a difficult one to call. I think of all the ties this coming weekend, this could be the trickiest, seeing as how Bournemouth won 5-0, I think, the last time they played in the league. But Liverpool being Liverpool, I think they might have enough to win this, although I would rather they not win it, just to keep the Premiership interesting. I'm going to go for a draw here. I think a draw should suit both these teams, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Bournemouth and Liverpool.
Oh, interesting, because I have done a 2-2 draw. But Nick has gone for 3-1 to Liverpool. Real Goon has gone for 2-0 Liverpool. If we can score 3 versus them, come on. Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 1. 3-1 Bournemouth, says Raymond. And Luton Dan says 2-1 Liverpool. Jimbo, how do you see this going?
A hard one, isn't it? Because
it is really difficult.
They're both on a bit of form at the minute. They're probably the two informed teams in the league, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think I go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay. 2-1 Liverpool. Okay. It is a really difficult one to do. I mean, if Iriola beats Liverpool, what a win and what a job he's doing. He's got to be up for manager of the season the way he's going. And Nuno as well. Liverpool rested 12 players for tonight's game against PSV. Wow. Then we've got Everton Leicester, Jimbo. Another tricky one.
I'm going to go 2-2, Kate.
2-2.
Yeah.
There's my fan falling over. You have to excuse me. I'm in a mad hot flush. 2-2 says Jimbo. Chances are after Leicester beating us, they probably won't win again in 7 games. But, we never know. Mr. Chang, what about yourself? Everton versus Leicester.
This is the one game this weekend which I hope this tie gets abandoned and both teams get docked points for crowd control problems, seeing as how they played a hand in our defeats, our back-to-back defeats too in the league, and what are the chances that they didn't play each other after handing us back-to-back defeats in the league. I'm gonna go for my second consecutive 1-1 draw, Miss Kate. I'm gonna predict it's gonna finish a goal apiece at Goodison.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying draws. We've got 1-0 Everton from Raymond, 1-1 Drula. Draw says Surfs, 2-2 says Bobby. 1-0 says I'm a real gooner. Everton 2, Leicester 0, 1-1, 1-1. I've actually gone for 2-1 Everton. I fancy them to nick it. And Nick's gone for 2-0 Everton. We'll say big up Sarah Taylor, who says, give Ange the tools for success. 8 fit players only. We need bodies in now. Yep. I agree with this as well. A lot of people are saying it. Poch vibes from Iriola, 100%.
He's actually on Sky Sports now doing an interview. He's been on here ages. Normally they only do clips, don't they? But he's been on here at least 5 minutes.
Wow.
5-6 minutes. He's still going. So I look at that after.
Bottom of the table clash, really. Chang, next. Ipswich versus Southampton. What's your thoughts on this one?
Okay, I correct what I said earlier about the Everton and Leicester game being the only game in which I want to see both these teams dock points. I think this is also another game which I would like to have both these teams dock points so that we can stay well above the relegation zone. But all jokes aside, I really do hope this ends up a draw. I really do, for our sake and also for Big Andrew's sake. I think this is the first time I am going to predict 3 consecutive 1-1 draws. So this is going to be my 3rd consecutive 1-1 draw for match week 24.
Leicester, Southampton 2, Ipswich 1, says Drula. Same as Luton Dan. Ipswich 2, Southampton 1. I'm a real gooner, says Kate, Jimbo, Chang. I'm waiting for our match at Leicester where if we win, Spurs stay up. Stop it. 2-1 Ipswich, 3-0 Ipswich. Let's be honest, it's embarrassing that we are looking at results in a way that helps us. I know. Who saw this coming? Not me. We need a draw in the Ipswich game. I see Iriola at Chelsea next season if things continue. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. For the Ipswich game, I did 1-0 to Ipswich and Nick did 2-1 to Ipswich. Jimbo, what do you think?
I'm going to go 3-1 Ipswich.
Ooh.
I
mean, we don't want this. We do want a draw, but everything's going against us at the minute. So
I can't see Southampton beating Ipswich. We've seen Ipswich play firsthand, and they fight for each other and put everything into it. I just think Southampton are an absolute shambles.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ipswich edge it for me. This again, another game that I think is incredibly hard to call this weekend. Newcastle and Fulham. I'll tell you now that Nick's done 3-1 Newcastle. I've done 4-1 Newcastle. Jimbo, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Nick 3-1. I think it'd be a Newcastle win.
Fulham aren't playing bad though.
I know, but
we've done Newcastle.
He makes a difference, doesn't he? Isak, massively.
Yeah, I'm going to say something about him in a minute. But Mr. Chang, what do you think on this one?
I think it's still going to be a Newcastle win, just not as big a goal margin as many would think this is going to be. I am going to go for 2-1. I am going to follow Mr. Norman Smith and his prediction of a Tyneside victory by 2-1. Thank you there, Mr. Norman Smith.
Jasper, please do shut up. We've got 3-0 Newcastle, 3-1 Newcastle, 2-1 Newcastle. Sarah says we need to look at the Southampton and City games for inspiration. We scored 9 goals against them. The team and Ange are capable of big things. They are, but we've got no bloody players. 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah, there'll be too much for Fulham. Guys, you won't go down. If you do, I'll wear a Spurs shirt outside the Emirates. Oh, I'm going to clip that now. I'm screenshotting it. I'm a real gooner, said it. I'm screenshotting it right now. You can't get out of it. Once it's said, that's it. Big up Lynn Simpson. Good to see my lovely lady. Paul G says, a couple of seasons ago, we was looking out for the Arsenal's Chelsea's results. Now it's Ipswich and Southampton, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah. I was going to say, there was a question the other day. Who's the best forward in the Premier League? And there was, let me think who was on there. There was Haaland. There was Isak, Chris Wood, and someone else. And Isak had the majority of the votes. I mean, Chang, Isak is vital to Newcastle. Is there an argument that he is becoming the best striker in the Premier League, or are you still putting Haaland up there?
Right now, I would say it's head-to-head between the both of them. Historically, Haaland has the track record, the golden boot to prove it, but at this current rate and trajectory, I think it's only a matter of time before he gets overtaken by Isak. For the sake of, or rather just to make it interesting, I would say right now that Haaland edges it, but it will be a very close call towards the end of the season to see who comes out on top with the golden boot. If I were a betting man, I would say it's Haaland. But I mean, I'm not going to write Isak off. If he is going to spearhead Newcastle's top 4 ambitions, then yes. For me, Isak has all the talents and also the players behind him to give him all the assists he needs. So yeah, to me, Haaland barely edges it, but don't write Isak off.
Yeah. I mean, Jimbo, what do you think? I mean, Raymond, are you talking about Isak or Haaland here? If someone said to you, Jim, right now, Tottenham can buy, we can only dream, Tottenham can buy Haaland or Isak, who are you going for?
Well, I was just trying to look for who's the top scorer at the minute. Have you got it up there? I was just trying to look when you called my name.
It was Salah at one point, I think. Let me have a look. It currently is Salah, yeah, then Haaland, then Isak. It's 19, 18, 17.
Okay. What was your question again? Sorry.
If you could pick now to sign Haaland or Isak, which one are you choosing?
It's got to be Haaland, isn't it? He's signed 10 years. I think he's going to smash every record going if he stays with City for that long. So, yeah, it's got to be Haaland. I've just got to let the dog out.
I think Raymond's got a point that Isak is one of the best all-round strikers in the league. I think he does a lot more in the game than Haaland, because if Haaland isn't scoring, I don't see him doing that much else. But I think if someone said to me right now, you can have one or the other, yeah, see, Isak is an all-round game player, but Haaland is more of a poacher. It's difficult. Harry Kane was an all-round player. He would defend. Now you never see Haaland doing that. I think it's a really difficult question. I voted for Haaland, but the more I see Isak play, I love watching him play. I think he's such a fantastic player. If Arsenal were to sign him, which I don't think they will, but if they were, I'd be devastated. Arsenal play Southampton last day of the season. Could it be Southampton till July if they need to win to send Spurs down? Havertz is Arsenal's top scorer on 8, and to be that's just shy. Yeah, of Havertz. Haaland is told not to do much else. He can do it if he's coached differently. No service. Haaland wouldn't do anything, unlike Isak. Yeah. Gordon is a son for Isak. Yeah, go on, Mr. Chang.
Mr. Lee, the Dorset Spur, has actually given us a very good insight as to how we can actually quantify between these two players. Just imagine if Haaland and Isak swap clubs. If Haaland were in Newcastle, would Newcastle still be doing as well as they are this season without Isak and with Haaland? And vice versa, would City be struggling as much as they are now if they had Isak instead of Haaland? I honestly do think that City would be a lot more prolific and better off with Isak in their team than Haaland. And I do not think that Newcastle would be as high flying as they are right now with Haaland in the team compared to having Isak on their books.
Do you know what, Mr. Chang, you've just made me, that was a perfect way to put it. And for that reason, I'm going to change and say I'd have Isak, because I think you're right. I think if Isak was playing for Man City instead of Haaland, that Isak would be more successful, and Man City would be doing far better than they are. So that's a good way of putting it. So it was spot on. I think you're right there, and I agree with Joey as well. I don't think Haaland will last 10 years at City, but he'll get a nice payout, I'm sure. Then we have what game? Where were we? Oh, we was at Newcastle. Then we've got Wolves versus Aston Villa up next, Mr. Chang. Wolves, who have been pretty bloody hopeless. How do you see this one going?
When I joined those couple of minutes that I was able to manage on Monday during the course of my reunion dinner, I really wanted to have something to say about the Wolves and Woolwich game and how the Woolwich fans were just crying about the red card and the amount of death threats. The death threats. What's his name? Michael Oliver, I think is his name. The referee who gave the red card, which was then rescinded. I mean, I really feel for Wolves. I really do. I mean, when Woolwich were down to 10, I really thought that they would at the very least get a point, Wolves, but unfortunately they themselves then went down to 10, so that's too bad for Wolves, and I think it's going to continue. I am going to go with I am going to take Mr. Norman Smith's advice here and go for Wolves 1 and Villa 2. Having said that, thank you, Mr. Norman Smith.
Massive welcome to Jane Ketley and anyone else who's new to the channel today. Welcome. And I hope you enjoy the content. But please feel free to put your predictions in the chat like everybody is doing. We'd like to know what you're thinking. So Chang's gone Wolves 1, Villa 2. I've gone Wolves 0, Villa 2. And Nick's gone Wolves 1, Villa 3. Jimbo, how did you see Wolves Villa going?
Hello to Jane and welcome to the channel. I'm going to go. Wolves always put a good show in against Villa.
Well, it's a local derby, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm going to go. I think they'll score Wolves, but I think the Villa have too much for them. So I'm going to go 2-1 Villa.
Oh, so you've both gone the same as Mr. Chang. Oh, friend. Do as John says, smash those likes and subscribe, peeps. 2-0 Villa, says Raymond. Soul says, hold on, that's wrong. The death threats were from a game between United and Liverpool 3 weeks for the Wolves Arsenal game. I'm not going down these death threats route again. We had a heated debate about that the other day. I'm a real gooner, says, now, Mr. Chang, you've been crying over injuries all season. Apparently the death threats were 3 weeks ago after the Liverpool match. Surf says the good thing for Europa is that all our returning players will be fresh for knockout stages. Yeah, that is true. A question for you both: if Newcastle don't make the Champions League, how does Eddie Howe keep Isak? Oh, that's a good question. Who wants to take that one?
Well, I don't think they're keeping Zach anyway, Kate.
Don't you?
No, I think he's too good, and I'm not. No disrespect to Newcastle, they're a very, very good team, but they're not one of the elite, are they? And he needs to be an elite club. So I think he will go to.
Where do you think he'll go?
I think he'll either go to Arsenal, or maybe Real Madrid, Barcelona, somewhere like that. But I think if he's going to go in the Premiership, I think it'd be Arsenal.
No, Jimbo, you've ruined my day.
Well, it's just that I think that I see Arsenal do that. They go out every now and again. They go out and push the boat out and spend big on a player like they did with
Declan Rice.
And I think that they would do that for Isak. And look, let's be honest. I mean, they're not a million miles away, Arsenal, are they?
No, definitely not. They're a real good striker away, if you ask me.
Yeah, and if they get Isak, then they're going to be, for me, massive contenders.
Yeah. Mr. Chang, do you agree with Jimbo? Do you think Isak's going to bugger off?
That's a good question, actually. And I think this actually depends on Isak himself rather than a club, where his loyalty lies and what he prioritizes right now for himself, whether it's his growth, whether it's first team football or just silverware and trophies. If I were Isak, I'd actually stay in Tyneside. I would stay with Newcastle, work under Eddie Howe, and see where he goes from there. If, and this is a big if Isak isn't getting silverware and medals or what he hopes to be getting at this stage of his career, then he might do a Harry Kane and move on to greener pastures. But for now, for the foreseeable future anyway, for the next season or two, I actually honestly see Isak staying put at Newcastle United.
Wow. I mean, Luton Dan says same with Cole Palmer. If Chelsea don't get Champions League, I think he'll want to leave.
Yeah, but the difference is there, Kate. The difference is that Chelsea are one of the elite clubs, right? They've had a bad spell and they've been in the doldrums a bit, but they will get themselves back up there. And I think Palmer, I think he'll stay at Chelsea a long time and end up a legend there.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll leave. I can't see that with Isak at Newcastle. But saying that, they have kept strikers at Newcastle that are elite and become legends at the club. So he could stay there, but I don't think so. But I mean, so I think Joey just said he'll go to Spain. I think there's a massive chance he'll go to Spain. But I think if he stays in the Premier League, I think it'll be Arsenal. Sorry, Raymond, I don't want to him to go there, but I'm just saying what.
Now, Raymond's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I think he will go there. I think that's where he's going to end up.
I think Sesko will end up at Arsenal in the summer. I don't think they'll get Isak. I don't know where Isak will end up. He does seem to be happy there, but I mean, Howe definitely get the sack if Isak goes. And yeah, I'd trade Solanke for Isak all day long. And I love Solanke. But I think he'll go abroad if he's going to go anywhere. I don't think he'll go in the Premier League. Big up Steve RFC. Lynn says with Isak, why haven't other top clubs abroad come in for him? Because clubs like Bayern Munich, etc., could pay the 150 million. Yeah, I don't know. He's an incredible player. Palmer back to City, in my opinion.
Do you know what? It was very funny the other day, Kate, when Chelsea played City. Palmer was having a very, very long chat with
Pep. Very long.
Like a good 5-minute chat they were having. Yeah. And it looked in depth as well, covering their mouth so people can't see what they're saying. And I did say to you then, it wouldn't surprise me if he's telling him, I'm going to put a bid in for you.
Well, so Lynn says he hasn't shown any interest. We did say that. You pointed it out, Jimbo. They were talking for a long time.
Yeah. There's the reason. Thank you.
Sole contracts can be cut short with the right money. Chang, did you want to say something? Sorry.
Nothing. I was actually showing my. I was giving Mr. Boxer my
Sorry.
thumb of approval when So was saying Jim is the voice of reason.
Oh, okay. Zombie, big up. Good to see you. He says, afternoon, all. I just saw Jedinek at my local petrol station, Notewood. I really wanted to ask him when Angel will be sacked. He gave me a dirty look, so I didn't bother. Spurs must move on. Richie and Basuma. Completely agree. Kate, I was saying that to a friend that I think City will come back in for Palmer. Interesting. Next game, I'm going to just go through the games because Ben's on at 2:30. He's moved his show back half an hour. I thought he was on at 3:30. I've completely lost the plot today. But we've got Brentford versus Tottenham, Jimbo. This is not going to be an easy game. I don't want to hear any of your silly score predictions. Try for once to bet with your heart. Say your prediction with your head and not your heart. Go on, Chang. Stick up for him. Go on.
No. Now. Okay. This time. I really have to interject here. How about we don't put Mr. Boxer under the spotlight now? How about we save this for last? Let's save this for last.
We save this one for last and give Jimbo time to reflect on his man.
Yes, exactly.
Manchester United versus Crystal Palace is, I think that's on Sunday. It might be, or it might be the nighttime game. I don't know. I think it's Sunday. Man United Palace, Jimbo.
Do you know what? I quite like Palace as a team. I'm not a supporter, obviously, but when I watch them, I always think that they've got something about them. And Manchester United are trying to hit a bit of form, aren't they? They seem to be getting together with their new manager. But I'm going to go for a draw. Yeah, I think that I might go for a 1-1, Kate.
Okay.
Oh, Luton Dan's done a 1-1.
Oh, friend. Big up to you, Simba. Good to see you. Long time. Yes. Good to see you. Hope you're well. 1-1 or 2-1 to Palace, says John James, the Man U fan. Wow. Mr. Chang, can Amorim get a win here? Oh, well, it's at home, but can Amorim beat Palace? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think United should have just enough in the tank to get a win over Palace to sort of ease the pressure of Amorim. And this is going to be my third 2-1 prediction for match week 24. United to win by 2 goals, 2-1.
I have predicted 2-1, and so has Nicholas predicted 2-1. So there's 3 2-1s there. Only Jimbo's gone with the draw. Big up, Jim. At least you're sensible. That's something Jim's never been called in his life. Another result we have to look at for assistance. Yeah, Palace 2-1. Yeah, United may be tired, but I still think they've got enough to get past Palace. But then we've got what should be an epic game: Arsenal versus Manchester City. Mr. Chang, are Arsenal going to overturn City? What's your thoughts?
I made my vow clear at the end of last year that I will never predict a win in N7 ever. So City winning might be a bit of a stretch, but I know they have been getting results of late. So I am going to go for my fourth. Yeah, this is my fourth and final 1-1 prediction for match week 24. It's going to finish 1 apiece between Woolwich and City in N7.
Yeah, possibly. Jimbo, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, this is such a hard one because you don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up, right? And you don't know what City's going to turn up.
Well, City have got a massive game, haven't they? They've got to be, is it Club Brugge or someone tonight to stay in the Champions League?
Yeah, but I don't think...
or is it Stuttgart? I can't remember who it is. But
I don't think it's going to make a difference, Kate. I think that they'll be right up for this game. It's going to be a real difficult one. But I'm going to edge City here. I think that they're going to go on their run in the league. So I'm going to edge City 2-1.
Is Saka back? Someone said isn't Saka back?
No, he's not back. He can't be.
Marmouche makes the difference, says Ed. I've gone for 1-1. Nick's gone for 1-1. So me, Chang, and Nick have all gone for the same score again, and Jimbo's gone for 2-1 City. However, I would not be surprised to see Arsenal nick it, but we'll see. Club Bruges. It is Club Bruges. I was right first time. Man City have improved since they lost all those games just in time for Arsenal. Yeah, Saka's back in training. Okay. Next up, we got Chelsea versus West Ham. No love lost between these. I've gone for a 3-0 Chelsea win here, and Nick's gone for a 3-1 Chelsea win. Jimbo, what do you think?
I'm going to go for a 3-2 Chelsea win. I think there'll be heaps of goals in this game.
Do you know what? Can I be a flip-flop?
Yeah, only if you put the flip-flop thing up.
Because I actually forgot they've got such a shit keeper. There's no way they're keeping a clean sheet, Chelsea.
So if you're going to flip-flop, you've got to put the flip-flop sign up.
I am going to do what you did, Jimbo, and go for a 3-2 win. I've flopped and I've flipped, and I'm going to go 3-2. I forgot they've got that terrible Sanchez in goal. There's no way on this planet they're keeping a clean sheet.
Yeah, we've got the flip-flop in the house.
Yeah, I am a flip-flop. Mr. Chang, what do you think for Chelsea West Ham?
I think Chelsea are going to nick this by the single goal margin, just as both you, Miss Kate, and Mr. Boxer predicted, but just not by that many goals. This is going to be my fourth and final 2-1 prediction in favor of the Chiefs.
Okay. I have chucked in this game because it's midweek next week. So I've chucked it in because I just thought I would. It was Nick's idea, actually. Because obviously Liverpool have got a game in hand over everyone, which is the Merseyside derby, which is next Wednesday. But I'm sticking it anyway. I'm sticking it in these predictions. Chang, Everton Liverpool next Wednesday. What do you think is going to happen with this game?
This is also a tough one to call. I mean, can you imagine the final Merseyside derby to be played at the old Goodison ground? How Everton would love nothing more than to put a dent in the red half of Merseyside in their charge for the title. But I still think that Liverpool should have enough to win this. I'm going to go for a Liverpool 2-1 away win.
Okay. Jim, well, I've done a 3-2 Liverpool win, and Nick's done a 2-1 Liverpool win. Jimbo, what about you in the last Merseyside derby? 3-1.
3-1 Liverpool.
Okay. Big up to you on your bike, Scott. Good to see you. Everton 1, Liverpool 4. Everton 1, Liverpool 3. Everton 1, Liverpool 4. Wow. No one's got much faith in Everton. And then the final game of the weekend. Oh, God. I don't even want to talk about it.
Why?
About it because I don't want to. Jimbo, we're away to Brentford. What's going to happen?
Spurs are
Here come the positivity police.
Yeah, please, please.
Spurs are going to win. Everyone thinks we're going to lose, but we won't. We'll win.
By what score?
3-1.
Oh, my God. We'll use this away. Oh, Luton Dan's going 3-1 to Luton. Mr. Chang.
Luton. We've been relegated.
Brentford. Mr. Chang, what do you think?
I'm going to go for 2-1 to Spurs. I really do hope we win. I really, really do hope we win. And given our away form, I think it's... I mean, if we can't do it at home, if we can't chalk up our first league win of the calendar year at home, we might as well do it away. But I doubt it. We will keep a clean sheet. The only silver lining the only hope I have is that Mickey Van der Ven plays a part this weekend, and that in turn helps us to keep the deficit down. So I am going to go for a 2-1 win in favor of Spurs.
Well, Nick has gone for Brentford 2, Tottenham 0. And I've gone for Brentford 3, Tottenham 1. I can't predict us to win. I can't do it. I just can't see where the next win's coming from. I don't know. And yeah, as John says,
But that's
Brentford
when we
is really-
win. When you can't see where the next win's coming from.
they're very well organised. Thomas
So
Frank's a great
Spurs.
manager. They're not, Jim. They're a shambles. Think Luton getting relegated, so could be a double down for me this year. Maybe Brentford will think Spurs are easy pickings, and so I think the Brentford players will be a little casual. So I will say 2-1 Spurs. I like your
What,
thinking.
Lynn?
3-2 Tottenham says on your bike, Scott. I
What
like
on your bike?
We cannot simply rush Van der Ven back. I hope he plays no part of the weekend. Well, there's talks of him playing bloody tomorrow night. I can't cope with it. I don't know what's going on with his club.
I was watching his training, right? And he was doing some really, real intense defending. There was him with two other coaches, and they were really making him do some intense training. So he looks like he's well fit, like defending the goal.
Yeah, but you can't rush him back. He's got
But what I'm
hamstrings
saying
made
is,
of
he looks like
cheese.
he's really fit. He don't look like these like half and half. He looks like he's there. So.
Well, I mean, someone did right. He does. If someone's put, he looks rusty. I don't know. Angel ruined his career. That's quite possible. Oss says team for Europa: Kingsley, Davis, Gray, Dragusin, Spence. He can't play in Europa. Spence is not registered. Benton, Bergvall, Kulu, Son, Richie, Porro. Put Porro on the wing. That's never going to happen. I just don't know who he's going to play as a back four.
What's wrong with Johnson? Is he injured?
Yeah.
Still injured, is he? I thought he had a slight knock.
Yeah, but they seem to get a slight knock and then it turns into a massive knock.
Yeah, the goalkeeper can't play either. He's not registered, is he?
I don't know.
He's right. He's right. He's not registered.
No.
Kinski is not registered for the group stages, but if we do make it for the knockout stages, then yes, we can register Kinski for the knockout stages if Big Ange wishes it to be so.
And Spence.
And Reguilon.
And Reguilon.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about this game? Yeah, I just don't know who he's going to play in defence. I literally have no clue.
Probably Van der Ven.
Yeah, that's true. Ange just said he'd play Van der Ven, which is bonkers. The medical team scanned Johnson and couldn't find a footballer. With Ange, in my humble opinion, as aged 10 years in the last 2 weeks, I think that it wouldn't bother him if he was sacked. What a payday, yeah. Football management, the only job where you get sacked for being bad.
This is the only team, right, that they come in looking like young and fit and end up looking haggard and old. You know,
much like the supporters, apart from Chang. I'm only 18. It's just years of supporting Spurs. That's what it does to you. Jim's only 22. You know, this is what happens. And Chang's only 3 months old. It ages us.
I'm glad I'm not 22.
But I literally, I've no idea what team he goes with. I've no idea what team he goes with tomorrow to the weekend. I have no clue. But look, no point worrying and getting stressed. All we can do is wait and see. It's out of our control. You know, I don't know.
I've got a question for you, Kate.
Yeah.
Who won the predictions this week? Can you just read out the scores? I forgot.
Well, you was disqualified. So you didn't. Last week, I got 2. Nick and Chang got 4 and you got 9.
Okay, thank you.
So you can live on your little wave of success for 1 week. You're still miles behind.
That's what life's about, living on little waves of success.
You're still miles behind. You're currently on 125. I'm on 144. Chang's on 153. And Nick's on 156. And to be honest, a few
more weeks like them scores and I'll soon be back.
To be honest, I don't care who wins, as long as it's not Nick, because he's not stopped chirping about it. So, Chang, pull your finger out and get some big scores again, because we can't have Nick win. We'll never hear the end of it. We will never hear the end of it. Ange has been quoted on transfers 10 minutes ago. I'm a bit distanced from transfers, but the information is that we're exploring all opportunities to help bring in some players. What a load of nonsense. And what I don't understand is if he has so much say, which people say he does, why doesn't he know what the hell's going on? Dejan Kulusevski has come out and said, I think we can do big things in these last 4 months. We played beautifully against United, City away, and we're all behind Postecoglou. I have to fight for him because I believe in that football. He is the right man for the job. Wow. So Kulu pledging his allegiance to Ange today, which is kind of nice to see because I was starting to believe that he'd lost the players. Ange says Mickey van der Ven could return for Tottenham on Thursday for their game against Elfsborg. Oh, God. To be honest, Jim looks 22 and Kate, you're having a laugh saying you're 18. Go on, Mr. Chang.
I'm not going to bomb you no more now, Dan.
I just have to quickly chime in there with what Kulu just said. To me, that is actually big news. If our best player of this season is fully behind Ange and he's not one of those complainers or one of those players who are getting on their high horse and blaming Big Ange's training, I think that actually says a lot about Kulu himself and his personality. He is not afraid to put in the work. He's not afraid to get behind his manager. And I can honestly see him being part of that leadership group if either one of Madison or Romero moves on this summer.
I did say I think Kulu should be captain, and I stand by it. I think he's the only one that's real captain material in our squad. And when I met him, when we went into the posh part of the stadium, he was so nice. Jimbo's going to win the Predictions League according to Yogi.
Thank you, Yogi. I'm glad someone's got some faith in Jimbo.
In other words, no one's coming in. Kate, you have to start thinking like Ange. He was saying Spurs could be another Liverpool. I hope so. I can't wait. I hope to be proven completely wrong and Ange to win everything. Kulu can do want to take Michael Dawson with him. Kate is playing it very clever. They shifted the blame for no incomings to Levy. Yeah, I agree with that.
Why does he take Michael Dawson with him?
Because Michael Dawson's been back in the club, obviously, because he works for the club. So
yeah, you can't blame him for that.
Back in the ownership, whatnot, which, like I say, it puts food on his table. So I get it. Kulu must have had a split with the Weetabix.
Smithy, are you Ange out now?
Yeah, I think he must be. He's been very negative Nancy today. Smithy, have you flip-flopped? Are you Ange out? Because, you're not allowed to change your mind. You have to be a flip-flop. So, we need to know if you flip-flop to the dark side. And agree Kulu's a fighter. Spurs fans need to stay humble and give the man a chance. Madison will be sold if Ange stays, but that is probably unlikely. Look, I don't think it's unlikely at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Ange stayed. I don't know about anyone else, but I just wouldn't. Nothing would surprise me of this club anymore, especially if Ange does happen to win a trophy. I don't see how Levy sacks him, but none of us really know. We'll have to just wait and see. Mr. Chang, are you around? Have you got any streams planned?
Assuming there is a vacant slot in the roster for tomorrow's pre-match pump-up over on We Are Tottenham TV, I might make an appearance tomorrow. Again, that is assuming there is a vacant slot in that roster for tomorrow. But other than that, seeing as we are not streaming on Friday, because we're already doing the Friday show today, then maybe another pre-match pump-up comes Sunday for the Brentford away game, or if not, at the very least, I think we should be back on together at noon on Monday, next Monday then, Miss Kate?
Yep, yes, we will be there.
Yep, so those would be my next couple of appearances if everything goes to plan. Thank you again for having me on this Lunar New Year of 2025, and to everyone watching, here's to a satisfactory conclusion to the 2024-25 season, everybody.
Yeah. Big up, Paige. I hope your dad's all right. Chang, never need to thank us. You're always welcome here. You know that. Jimbo, any streaming planned?
I think I'll be doing the pump up. You're not there, are you?
I probably won't do it now because I would have driven. I don't know yet. I'll probably say get someone else to host it, and if I'm up to it, I might pop in. But I might be baby snuggling, so I will do the pump up on Sunday, though. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll do the pump up if they want me. I know Ben likes me on there because I'm positive, so I'll probably do the pump up, and then on Sunday again, and then back with you on Monday.
Yeah, if there's any news in between that we need to report on, then we will do a pop-up stream, I'm sure.
I might just do a show on my own while you're away.
Good luck with that. I'd love to see you do that. I will be tuning in, trust me, and I'm not into
I think if you ask the chat, I think they'd love me to do one when you're away.
They probably would, because it would be a car crash.
And I'm happy to help you out, Mr. Boxall. I'm more than happy to help you out in Miss Kate's absence, Mr. Boxall. You have my back.
There you go. Question for the panel: Do you guys think Ange with 16 or 17 quality players would be in the position he's in now? No, I don't.
No.
I don't.
Not in a million years.
I can honestly say Chang is the nicest person I've ever met or never met. Yeah, he's a lovely man. He's our little Chang.
He is. He's a very special person.
Yeah, and he bought us cake. So, you know, even if he's a serial killer, I still love him because he bought us cake. Has Chang been kidnapped by a giant? If we go down, do we get access to the EFL trophy? We could win that. Do it, Jim. We can chat about women. Oh, stop it.
Smelly women.
Smelly women. My theory on keeping Ange is Levy wants to bring in an experienced quality manager. They would want world-class players, and Levy doesn't want to spend the money on the football side, so Ange is his man. Yep, Jimbo can do a stream after our 2 wins. I like it. 3-hour-long special of story time with Jimbo, and yes, we want to hear the dogging story. Oh, stop. Mickey cleared to play by Spurs medical team tomorrow. Good night to you, Surfs. Listen, massive thank you to everyone who's watched, everyone who's talked, everyone who's liked, and to the 10 new subscribers we've had. The channel is doing really well at the minute, and I get it. I don't get it. What I was going to say was, and there's
another one advocating for Jim.
There's a lot of competition what you want to watch, and I get that the fan base at the minute is quite disheartened. So to have people come in and watch us and subscribe and like, it means the world to us, right, Jimbo? I mean,
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And the thing that I love about this channel is the people that come in are all respectful, and when they've got a different opinion, they put it over properly. So.
Yeah, I mean, any
that's
opinion.
One thing that I love about this channel, that I know I can come in here. It doesn't matter if we've lost, we've won. They're always consistent with the way they act.
Yeah.
Look, another one. Look, Lee, another one.
Please don't encourage him. I'd probably get cancelled. Please don't encourage this man. No, we've changed the name of the channel as well. Just let me quickly say, we are still the perfect match. But if you want to find us, we are now at Kate and Jimbo, purely because if you put at the perfect match, we didn't come up at all. Because there was a show called The Perfect Match. There was a film called The Perfect Match. So we changed it to just at Kate and Jimbo, so that if people can't find us, they can just search literally for Kate and Jimbo and we come up. So that was why. Ben, I've set up a redirect for you. Go on, Mr. Chang.
Okay, I've been meaning to tell you this. I've been meaning to tell you this for a good long while now, since you changed the name of your channel. Instead of putting The Perfect Match, Kate and Jim, or Kate and Jimbo, how about you put Kate and Jimbo first ahead of The Perfect Match? That would actually make. Oh, that's what you've done. Okay, all right, good, very good. That's good. That's good to hear that. Good, excellent.
But now, when you search for us, we're www.youtube.com/Kate and Jimbo. So we are dead easy to find. Don't you dare call me respectful. That's why. Jimbo, I'll watch. I'll stop. Put Rosie and Jim. Yeah, we did think about Bimbo and Jimbo, but you know, I don't like people to think I'm that much of a donut, even though I probably am. I don't think I'm a bimbo. But look, thank you, as I said, to everyone that's joined. Massive thank you to Chris Agenbart for becoming a member. Happy New Year to everyone who is of the Asian persuasion, as Chang so eloquently put it. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Soon to be just Jimbo. You trying to get rid of me or what? I want to be found call. If you want to be found, call in the Chang show. Dimbo, did you say? Maybe we could be Bimbo and Dimbo. But no, we're just Kate and Jimbo. That's all we are. We're not experts. We're not anything except two people, a married couple that loves Spurs and just likes to talk about Spurs and try and have a bit of a laugh without taking life too seriously. You're not a donut, Kate. People like donuts. Do you know what? There's just absolutely no need for that. I'm putting Bobby in timeout. Bye, Bobby. No. I know what happens now. If I go into the coffee company next where they're doing brewing bollocks, I'll be putting timeout. But look, everyone have a brilliant day. Enjoy the Champions League tonight. And Jimbo, do you want to end the show as only you know how?
Yeah, we will win tomorrow. I'm very confident. And we will win on Sunday. I'm very confident. We'll start moving up that table again. And we'll be in the knockout stages of the cup, the European Cup. And everyone's going to be happy. So just stay chilled. Keep your heads. In a week's time, we'll all be smiling. So come on, you fucking Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret. Smashing the top bins. Back in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim. And walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match. Kate and Jim. Getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect